All right, everybody, welcome into Average Joe Sports Talk. We're going to knock this video out, and the game's so big, it deserves its own episode. We don't have to sugarcoat it. Anybody who has a pulse that's not living under a rock knows what we're talking about. It's Alabama versus LSU under the lights in Death Valley, where the opposing dreams come to die. Now, I say that to say this. If Alabama's going to get tested this year, it's on this stage, on this night in Baton Rouge. I don't know if you watched the tape from Georgia and LSU or not, but you've seen how much better they played when they were challenged at home. How they played. 15-point underdog LSU is. Josh?
LSU is a different team at home, especially at night. There's just a certain mystique about it. And to be honest with you, it's probably my favorite place to win other than Bryant-Denny. It's a tradition since 2011.
When you guys lost at Bryant-Denny in 2011?
I'm talking about in Death Valley.
Oh, okay.
We do a lot of winning over there. It's kind of...
Well, actually, only lost there 5 times at 69 or something like that. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Whoops. On that note.
This is the game that I've kind of pointed to since our preseason show.
You have.
This is when their season actually starts. To me, the stats kind of get thrown out the door, and the reason I say that is, if we rewind back 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks, LSU Georgia, right? We sat here in this same position, and I named the schedule, who they played out already, and said these are false stats on Georgia. And then LSU showed those were false stats. Now they did turn around and beat Florida, and that's okay. We're not there yet. But Alabama, their last 5 games: Tennessee, Missouri, Arkansas, Louisiana, and Lafayette. Is that who that is?
You know who that is.
A&M, a very overrated A&M team at this point, obviously. LSU, and again, we have the stats, and the stats seem to tell a story, but LSU's last 5 games: Mississippi State, University of Georgia, University of Florida, and then you do have Ole Miss and Louisiana Tech on there. But that's, to me, those are more true stats than what Alabama has. Now, am I taking anything from Alabama? Absolutely not. They're the best team in the country right now, on this day.
Yeah.
On this day.
LSU has probably played a tougher schedule to this point, but what are you supposed to do when you play weaker opponents?
Well, they do. They have done what they're supposed to do. There's no doubt, and that's why I say they're the best team in the nation right now. But we're going to go with this phrase again: when they get hit in the mouth, because they have not been hit in the mouth. I mean, they haven't even been like spit. I mean, they haven't been touched. I mean, at all. But LSU's going to. It's going to be a bunch of drunk.
Oh God.
I mean, just liquored up.
If you haven't been to Death Valley at night,
don't go.
Yeah, don't. Unless you're got an LSU shirt on, don't go.
Do not go if you haven't been there. Don't let Josh talk you into it.
It's gonna smell of liquor and gumbo, corn dogs, all of it. But I do think
it smells like Jack Daniels and dirty laundry.
Yeah, it does. But
shout out Tiger Mike.
Tiger Mike, we love you, bro.
They're gonna come to play. And I got LSU. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you. What does Tua do when he gets hit? What's he going to do? He hasn't been hit this year.
Is his knee healthy?
I see, and here's my dude. I'm
the coaches speak. It's healthy every week.
Well, I get aggravated about that, dude. I don't like when he slid and all. I thought, well, him juice towards ACL, just sliding, and then he comes out next week and he's nothing. He's running. I don't like that crap, dude. I can't stand that. Just
we revealed a little bit in Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
But I watched a YouTube video of the breakdown of all the things that Alabama has at its disposal when they have Jalen and Tua in there together. And when that and I think they were practicing it because really all year long Alabama has used the second half to kind of experiment, run different packages, try out different players. And to be honest with you, I would love for us to actually be tested going into the second half.
What have we said all year about Tua's passing? Yeah, he's got outstanding numbers, some of the best we've ever seen through this many games. But Jerry Jeudy is wide open 6 or 7 yards.
Let me ask you,
and
Greedy
Greedy
White
Williams
being out for the first half, do you not think that that's going to play into this?
I do, but it's not. Alabama's run game doesn't necessarily scare you right now because the pass game sets up the run game. Is Greedy Williams going to let Jerry Jeudy get 6 yards behind him, or their secondary?
If he takes away Jeudy, and
I understand that, but their secondary, they across the board.
This will be our biggest threat, our biggest challenge.
I'll be so upset if it's, and every time we get hyped up about a game like this, it's freaking 10, 17, nothing within 3 minutes. I'm like, what in the world is going on here?
This was supposed to be the team that challenged Alabama.
Yeah. But
not to me, because I said coming in, this is a 6-6 team. I think they're playing over their heads. I said that on the preview show.
Yeah, if you go back, I was not very high on LSU.
But they've proved me wrong to this point.
And actually, Joe Burrow's stats, if you look at his total stats right now, they're misleading because over the last few weeks, that dude's been dropping dimes and making plays, bro. I mean, he has been making stinking plays.
He has improved.
And help me, Brissett is lighting it up. I'm excited. I'm pumped for this game.
If this LSU team that played Georgia shows up,
for it. I mean, they didn't just beat Georgia; they beat Georgia to death.
If we're going to sit here and say that LSU challenges Alabama in the second half, how do you think they're going to do it? Do you think it's going to be run game? You think it'll be pass game?
No, I think they'll run. It'll have to be run. It'll have to be run in order to
get play in front of the chains.
Yeah. If you can stay in second and 6 and then turn that into 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3, Alabama secondary is susceptible. I know they've played outstanding.
This is the worst defense they've had under Saban, minus 07, I think.
And stat-wise, they're still pretty good. I mean,
it's very misleading because Alabama's defenses have always been excellent.
Well, they're giving up right at 16 points a game.
A lot of that, though, is second and third teams coming in.
It is. I'll give you that. It is second and third teams. But again, to Woods' point is that they haven't. Who's an offense they play that scares you? You can say Texas A&M if you want.
I would say
they were dismantled last weekend by Mississippi State.
When
they were embarrassed. Now, on Alabama's defense, here's Alabama's defense. This is my X factor of the whole game, and I'm telling you, watch and see if I'm wrong. Damian Harris will be the one that goes off in this game. There is so much attention on Tua, and I've said this since the guy got there. He is the best running back they've had career-wise. You know, a lot of people say Cam's better than Tebow in college. College to me is your career.
Mm-hmm.
You can argue his 2010 season was better than Tebow's 07 season. I'll argue that with you, but you're not going to tell me he had a better career than Tebow.
Overall.
Right.
Yeah.
So you can't tell me Henry or Mark Ingram or whoever, Sharon Stacy, whoever you want to throw at it, has had a better career than this guy. I think they are going to be so locked in on Tua that he goes off.
It's very
personal
possible.
opinion.
You know, one thing I've noticed with Alabama
agree with
is...
that?
Well, the only thing I'll say about that, here's why I say this. When I say LSU's DBs are good at coverage, the son of a guns will come up and hit you in the mouth in the run game too. The safeties, Greedy Williams, they're coming up and they're not, it's not, they're that good in the secondary. If they can keep it close, get Devin White back for the second half. I don't know, man. I just feel like it's going, I'm looking at
go ahead.
20-17 game.
The only thing that scares me is that I don't think this LSU defensive front is what it has been in the past.
You think Alabama is going to get held to 20 points?
I just think
it's going to be great.
I think that, I do. I think it's going to be 2017. What's Tua going to do? All right, here we go. Tua's played ahead with the lead. Me and you could stand back here in the pocket and sling when we think, our receivers wide open. But when the windows get smaller and does he force? I still go with he's a redshirt freshman, right? I still go with
redshirt. Yeah.
I still go with he's still a redshirt freshman on the road to LSU. He's still in his first year starting, and yes, he is very good. I don't want anyone to think he thinks. I think he redshirt the championship game. He didn't play enough last year.
He was a true freshman.
Yeah, I think he's a sophomore.
I wonder if did he lose his red shirt?
I don't know.
That's what
I thought he was still redshirted, but he may not have. But he's still a first-year starter on the road.
Yeah. When
the windows get smaller, is he going to press a little more and maybe throw that pick, that he hasn't thrown yet this year?
Yeah.
And again, I don't want anyone to think I'm not giving Alabama credit because I am. But I think LSU's not getting the credit they deserve right now is what I truthfully think.
I truly believe, and I'm not saying this, I think the spread being set at 15 is a testament and a credit to LSU because
I like it.
I believe it should be higher.
I like it.
And I don't mean that in a demeaning, bad way, but Alabama has had its foot on the pedal for a quarter and a half, and then we shut it down.
Grab it.
And then
Go ahead and grab it, Tim.
you know,
Go ahead.
we
Go ahead and
haven't
grab it. Just don't grab it.
we haven't
It's a huge call for the show. Go ahead.
we haven't really done anything to try and score in the second half because we've done all of our scoring in the first quarter, early second quarter.
Most national analysts don't say who's going to win this game. They say is two going to be in the fourth quarter.
And that's a real. I was talking to an Auburn fan today who said that Alabama's kind of taking the fun out of college football.
He said Paul Feynman said they sucked the wind out of college football.
I really believe that's true. And I'm a huge Alabama fan, but I don't think I've seen a full game yet.
Well, let me ask you this. I'm going to ask you this like straight up honest. Would you be surprised if they fell down 10-0 in the first quarter, first half?
I really would.
Would it shock you? Would you think they'd crawl out of the hole, or do you think it's going to be a dogfight?
If they, let's say we had a pass,
say it's a pick six or a tip ball.
A breakdown in coverage and, something happened and then we allowed them to go down there and kick a field goal. I wouldn't be worried at all. And if we're talking first quarter.
What if they got up on them kind of like they did Georgia? Just say something flukish. Say, kick got ran back, punt got ran back, tip ball intercepted, ran in, fumble, and you're all
something weird happens.
And they got down. Let's say they got down 17-3. Like
17-3, I probably wouldn't be worried. Anything over 17, and that would get me a little worried. But
how deep into the game would it have to be till?
If we were down by 17 at half, I would be worried.
You'd be worried.
I would be worried.
So here's my only point, just with Tua playing, and this is me, and it takes a lot for me to say something good about Alabama. A 13-point game in his first true action in the national championship game and come back like he did. I think that would be more scary than a 17-point lead at Baton Rouge at night.
No, I think, how sometimes you talk about you've reached the tip top. I don't think there's anything that can get him. I think he's had the most pressure he's ever going to feel. True freshman, national championship game, down by 13.
I think that. I don't think that. I don't think it was a nothing to lose.
Well, you could look at it like that, but
he played like it was a nothing to lose.
Yeah,
even when he threw the pick,
that's kind of how he plays, though.
Yeah, which is a testament to him.
Yeah, he's I want to say he's a gunslinger, but he's really not.
He's a calculated gunslinger.
He's a very calculated gunslinger.
He's a Doc Holliday.
Yeah.
Like in the movie The Tombstone. We're going to shut this one down just a minute. I promise you guys. The movie The Tombstone, when they call them the Cowboys with the red sashes, was in there talking all the junk and swirling the cup and trying to intimidate him. He knew this ain't the time.
I think Tua's got ice in his veins.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll ever get to that point to where the stage is too big.
It's never going to be bigger than it was. A 13-point deficit and you're coming in for your first legitimate action.
True freshman.
Yeah, no, it's not. So now I'm going to run down some stats and I'm going to get your prediction and then we're going to shut it down. Scoring offense. Alabama leads the nation, 54.1. LSU is 87th in the nation. In total offense at 383 yards. Alabama second in the nation in total offense in 564 yards per game. All right. Now, rushing yards, Alabama is 30th in the nation, 216 yards a game. LSU's 43rd in the nation at 190 yards per game. All right, a couple of these stats that jump out at me. On paper, you would think LSU's running the ball better.
Mm-hmm.
They're not. Another one, you think that, LSU is moving the ball and beat these people. They're not. They're 87th in the nation in overall total offense.
This is a typical Ed Orgeron team.
He wants that grind down.
Yeah,
it's Les Miles 2.0 with a little bit more excitement.
Yeah.
He runs a little bit more,
and
what's the word I'm looking for here? Modern offense.
Yeah. And really, it's hard to look at Alabama stats and take them with any seriousness because of just the play calling. Once we get up 21, 28 nothing, the play calling is dialed back. And like I said, I really hope that, I think it would be good for us. I don't hope that but I think it would be good for us to be tested into the second half because we haven't.
Yeah.
And
give me your prediction.
I would say right now 38-17. 38-14. I'll go 38-17.
38-17.
38-17.
That's the cover then.
Yeah.
That cover.
I was shocked when I seen it was 15. And I realized I'm talking about I know I'm talking about the number 3 team in the nation as of tonight.
If they had Devin White playing, I think they would make Alabama work hard in the first quarter, at least second quarter, over into the second quarter. Without Devin White, he's kind of like our David Reese at Florida. He's our quarterback on defense. I just think they're going to score too much for LSU. It takes me a lot to say that.
Yeah, Alabama has scored a touchdown
every opening drive.
On every opening drive.
And it's like 50 seconds average.
And that's a testament.
I want to see them go 3-0 on this one, though, don't you?
No,
don't you?
No.
Come on.
But that's a testament to what we can do, what our potential is when we've got our foot on the gas.
Watch for Damian Harris.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. I'm going to say,
I know it hurts.
I'm going to say 41-24. Now, I hope I'm totally wrong. And if anybody can change, I just think that I think we're going to see the shell-shocked LSU that we've seen in Gainesville.
So if Alabama gets past this, do you see them being challenged?
Clemson.
And
with the sunshine, I'm telling you, I've said that all year.
Yeah.
That was who I picked to the Natty because he's getting better. The Clemson that played FSU last week.
Does it kind of feel like this whole season is coming down to Alabama Clemson?
It kind of does, but I'm going to tell you this, and then we're for real shutting this down. I want to see Alabama block Mississippi State up front.
That will be it, especially coming off of LSU, which is going to be a physical game.
If Alabama and LSU is a late fourth quarter game, I'd love to see them rolling and play Starkville. Well, they got to go to right now. I wish that game was the Starkville.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was the Vanderbilt Florida game in '96. Just ugly, and Alabama wins it at the end. Remember Alabama 2 years ago at Starkville? Last year.
That game after LSU is always a hard one.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same way with LSU and the week after Alabama.
You put so much in that game, but we're going to shut this one down. Woods picking the straight up upset. Much as I want to throw up on myself, I'm picking Alabama. What I say,
41-27.
41-27, am I right? 41-27, 41-24. I hope I'm totally wrong, and I think LSU could do it if they play like they did against Georgia. They could make it a lot more interesting. Devin White being out is a huge blow. Damian Harris will be your MVP.
41-17.
All right. That being said, we're going to shut this down. Please hit the subscribe button. Please hit the bell for the notifications. I hope I'm wrong. I hope the dreams come to die. We're out.